Hello and welcome back here in the cave. My name is Elias, and in today's video we will talk about some interesting topics out of the crypto space. We will talk about the recent price actions. We will talk about Pepe, that huge meme coin. We will talk about that it's actually a big fraud. We will talk about the new wallets or the old wallets which got reactivated. So a lot of interesting stuff to cover in this episode. I will talk about financial topics. Please do not make decisions based on my opinions and my information. So always do your own research. And with that being said, let's jump into it. All right, to start off, as always, let's go on CoinMarketCap. And we see there is some turbulent price action going on in the markets, especially Bitcoin, with huge moves here. Really a lot of big moves happening in the past few days or in the past few hours even. We saw a huge price movement yesterday evening from 29, almost 30 million down to 27.5. And obviously we saw that big buildup over yesterday and the day before yesterday actually also. Yeah, huge price movements, and a lot of people flipped to bearish. Also myself, I thought, okay, now we're going back down to the 22,000 area, but it's not looking like that at the moment. It looks more like a little short squeeze which just happened, but yeah, let's see where we're going. At the end of the video I will talk about my personal price targets, my predictions, and how I'm trading this kind of situation. Let's go into the next topic, which a lot of people also said this is the reason for that price movement. We talk about the First Republic Bank. This is one of the biggest banks from the US, and I think even worldwide. They have quite a lot of assets under management. I heard $170 billion and around, I think, 100 billion just got withdrawal by users. And I mean, that's a lot of money. So 70 billion left in the bank. And that's a big number. That obviously is kind of the same scheme we already saw with the Silicon Valley Bank and other banks happening before. Then after that, they got obviously bankrupt, or basically they got liquidated. And it remembers me quite of Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse just a few weeks or months ago. And yeah, we will see what happens, but obviously it's not too bearish of a sign since the Fed is currently just bailing out all the banks out there, so no big deal there. They will be bailed out as Silicon Valley Bank, and as we also saw it in Switzerland. So I don't fear that kind of situation, to be honest, but who fears that situation is definitely the shareholders and the stockholders of the First Republic Bank. You see a huge drop from $135 down to $5. So this is not a meme coin, this is a bank. And this is obviously not a great situation for everyone who holds their stock. Yeah, it's like that Credit Suisse situation, really. Another thing, talking about a bit of fear in the market, is the big rumors about the old wallet activation which happened recently. So recently a lot of old wallets just got reactivated again, and there are some rumors around that a lot of crypto veterans got hacked. How can this happen? So probably you heard of that video where a famous hacker actually hacked a Trezor wallet, and I just remembered it because here's a Trezor wallet, and he were able to hack that because it was an old software installed there. And the rumors are a lot about, especially in this article, but I read some other Twitter threads about it, that a lot of veterans are using old software, or wallets were lost or whatever, and they used old software, and now hackers were able to get access to these lost wallets. We don't know what exactly it is. We just know that a lot of wallets got activated, and we can monitor them quite closely. So definitely stay up to date. There are especially a lot of Twitter accounts out there monitoring these channels exactly, so you can just follow them. Exactly. Then another thing about a wallet. So what we found out that over the past 1.5 months, one person has created 114 meme coin scams. Each time stolen funds from the scam are sent to the exact same deposit address. So it seems like the same person just made a lot of meme coin scams, and we will talk about one on the next slide, but that obviously seems that this is kind of a scheme which is going on, that people are just posting out different kind of projects which are complete scams and hope that someone invests, and they do some marketing obviously for it and hope that one blows up. And one which definitely blew up was that one, Pepe. So Pepe is obviously that green frog, that meme, and especially Chainlink made that super big in crypto. And there was a coin just mooning over the last few weeks or days only, which was called Pepe. And I mean, it's still out there. Let me actually check the chart right now. Pepe. I think is it this one? I have no clue. The market cap is around 100 million. I think it's this one. I mean, it went up quite drastically. Yeah, a lot of volume. I think it's this one. And the crazy thing right there is people bought in, but they were not really able to go out again because of two reasons. The deep liquidity was not there. So imagine when you're buying a crypto, but there's no one, let's say you buy it right now and you want to sell it tomorrow, but no one wants to buy it tomorrow. So you don't have anyone to sell it. In DeFi, we talk about liquidity pools. So people have to provide liquidity that you can basically trade that currency. And no one is doing that for Pepe, and no big incentive, or just little incentive, and the price would just drastically drop so hard by you selling the token because the deep liquidity is not there. It's just very little liquidity deposited in liquidity pools. And that's one reason. And the other reason is actually a quite crazy one. I read into it a bit. So I saw also this tweet where they talk about that RPC thing going on. You have to imagine this is like a list, right? The blockchain is like a list and everyone has their own RPC. And what they did is basically that they made a transaction with the same RPC that basically I have. Let's say I want to sell Pepe, so I make my order, and automatically when I make that order, an RPC is handed to me. So I have RPC 135, and then what they were able to do is they made also a transaction with the same RPC. So basically the list was like, oh, what is going on right here? And they just take the one which pays more for gas fees. So they always paid more for gas fees, so they got prioritized, and my transaction always got failed because I was the one betting low and with the same RPC. And that's how they initially pumped that stuff, because no one were able to sell the token really because of the low liquidity and because all transactions failed. So yes, this is it about Pepe. Also my opinion about Pepe. I will probably make a further thread also about it, why Pepe moons. Interesting stuff. Exactly. And let's go quickly into the Bitcoin chart. Because as you know, we were quite bearish over the last few videos, and to be honest, I still am. I still think this is not the next bull cycle. We're just in a little relief rally, which obviously always follows after a big bull market and a bear cycle. So we saw the bear cycle happening here, right? Just watch the last few videos. I explained it like thousands of times already, why I think this is just a relief rally. And here is an interesting thing. I told you also in the last video that this section we're going in here is actually a super crucial one. And what we see right now is actually something quite bearish in my opinion. So what we saw is, I pointed out this interesting line here because we had a lot of touch points already on this line here. And what we saw is that we got rejected here. And then, yeah, this is just something, when we go through it instantly, it obviously seems that there's a lot of momentum. And over the past few weeks, we built a lot of momentum in the market. And this momentum wasn't enough to break through the line. So we got rejected, and now we can see what happens from here on. So actually a few days ago, I brought in this line, and it looks like we break through to the downside. And could be that this is like a confirmation and we go lower, or we go back into that pattern, and let's see. Look for other price targets. My personal price targets for the bullish outlook was and is actually still in this kind of range. I drew that in a few weeks ago actually. And the bearish one is obviously when we break down lower now. It's down here in the 22, 24 in this kind of region. I think we will go down again. But this is, I think, it from my prediction. I'm following the market quite closely. I opened also a hedging position at 30,000 and also at 28,000 to the downside. So I'm currently shorting Bitcoin too. And obviously I'm more long than short at the moment, but I'm just hedging my long positions because I think there's a big potential for a bearish outlook over the next few weeks and months. Exactly. This is it about today's video. I really hope that I were able to share my thoughts and my current moves that I'm doing also, and a bit about the news in the crypto market. which are actually quite cool at the moment. So it was an interesting week, and I hope an interesting week will follow. So I have a lot of content for the next video. And up until then, I wish you a great week, a lot of success investing, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye bye.